I think it was the third world boss, which is kind of like this magician mecha robot that like sends lasers down, and it was fucking chaotic, but it was beautiful the whole time.
I'm definitely gonna have to check it out then. Also,
I think it's go ahead.
let's say hello, chat. We are finally here with our special guest, who I will go ahead and let introduce themselves.
Hello, I am the greatest champion of all the champions. Some of you know me by one name, but due to legal reasons, I can only give a different name. Sean Chiplock. Hello.
It's good to have you, honestly, on the stream. I wanted to try and get you originally when we were doing Rivali's Divine Beast, but I just couldn't get a hold of you at that point in time. So I was like, you know what?
Around when was that?
It was a bit before I messaged you.
Okay. Also, what's your Twitch so I can host you up?
Oh, I will send you a link right now.
Oh, you're so convenient.
There you go, my friend.
IblisStarEvan.
But so honestly, as much as I want to
will not stop my festivity.
God, Sonic Mega, thank you very much for the follow, along with our follow earlier, whose name I unfortunately missed, but thank you both very much.
Not giving me the option to host for some reason.
Huh.
Interessante.
I have no idea why that's not the case.
Because
I've had hosts before, but
I'll try something fancy, but sorry, I didn't mean to make this into a tech thing. As someone who also streams, I'm like, oh, it's because it already has me hosting someone else.
Oh, okay.
Well, we're kicking them out, and we're hosting you.
Oh, thank you, my dude. Thank you. Also, I see chat's already very excited that we have you on board. But anyways, yes. It's honestly, God, while I wanted you on stream for chat, I also partially wanted you on stream just to talk to you again, because it's been God knows how long.
It has been way too long, my dude.
I think the last time you and I realistically talked is when you still wanted to do the Bomberman 64, the Second Attack fan dub. And
dude, that is way old. Holy crap, we're talking about pre-2010 era.
Yeah.
Or probably right around 2010.
Because I remember, like, I was gonna help you with, like, filming that, because you, like, wanted someone who had, like, authentic quality, like, with the actual game. And I was like, oh, I got you there. And
right.
then, like, your life took off, and, like, I kind of followed you on some of the stuff like that, but at the same time, like, I haven't even heard everything that happened, because I remember Sword Art happened, and then, like, things were just like, bam, 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 you're engaged, and it's like,
Jesus.
I feel like I need a recap of everything that happened between now and then.
It's been a long, better part of a decade, I'll say that much.
It definitely has been. So, why don't you educate me and give me your rundown, I suppose, on life.
Do you want what's happened over the last decade or what's happened over the last week?
You know what? Give me both.
So in the last week, my car went beyond repair and is now set to be decommissioned and scrapped. My significant other lost her job because of COVID-19. And half my savings got transferred to the wrong place.
Okay, I knew about 2 of those parts, but I don't remember the savings part. Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So we're hoping to get that transferred back, but they said it could take between 5 to 10 business days, and I have to hope that I can afford the replacement car that they're now trying to get me to schedule an appointment and a test drive for this weekend. And I don't know if that money's going to be back on time.
Oh, God. Well, you know what? For a while, to at least help you out as a thank you, we definitely can, like, host you off stream, because I know you definitely stream a lot more than I do.
Oh yeah. So well, I don't want to make this about me, but yes, for those who are interested, I stream 5 days a week, Thursday through Monday at 5 p.m. Pacific time. I say that I stream at 5 p.m., but what really happens is I get distracted and then it starts anywhere from 30 to 90 minutes late. But I do stream 5 days a week.
So if you want more consistent content, hit up our lovely star tonight, it's all about him. Let's be real here. You're not here for the finale. You're here for this, man.
No, I'm here for that beautiful broadcast shoulder blade.
You know what? That's also fair. Everybody loves the cast. You know what?
Anyone who says Rivalia's best bird is lying. Like, Cass is at worst second place to Hearth. But even then, like, you could have an actual debate team competition on that.
I don't know. I kind of like Teba myself. I'm actually a pretty big Teba fan.
Teba's cool too.
I
Teba deserves cuddles.
He really does. He's a good boy and a good dad. More so than Cass and Italy, who went to venture the world.
There you go. So I see that your Urbosa's Fury is at 1. Or no, that's not Urbosa. Is that Urbosa? The camel.
No, Urbosa is the camel. Mifa is the one that's at 1.
Oh, so do you have to use up all 3 before it will recharge all 3, or does it slowly recharge over time, even if you haven't used all 3 of them?
From what I've seen, you have to use all 3. I have not had it recharge like in between.
Stupid.
I was kind of fed up with that when we were going through all this. Have you not played this game before? Like, this is your game.
I'm about to lose massive cred, but I had an unopened Master Edition box sitting in my room for 2 years, and then I finally gifted it. I kept some of it. I said the Sheikah Slate case is mine, the Master Sword and the Stone thing is mine, but it was sitting around in my room for so long that I went ahead and I gave it to one of my best friends who lives in Long Beach. And I said, happy birthday! But you have to understand, the reason is because I am very much someone who has to commit themselves to a game and play through it in basically not in the same sitting, but in the same span of time. Because if I get distracted and I stop playing it, the chance that I'm never going to come back to it is like above 80%.
Okay.
And when you tell me that there's 120 unique shrines, and that's just the number of shrines you can choose to do on top of the story itself, my ADHD is not ready for that.
Okay, so you're definitely like in that completionist category where you gotta do like everything or nothing.
To give you an idea, there is a game from my childhood called Jade Cocoon 2, and I got at least 70% through that game before losing track and then having too much time pass, and I come back and I go, I don't remember what I was supposed to do here. I'm going to start over. That happened 4 times before I finally beat the game proper all the way through. To the point where when the true end credits scrolled and I realized that I had actually fully completed the game, it was like a weight had been lifted off of my shoulders. Like, I'm free. I actually can say I beat this game.
Also, I didn't even realize that Nightbot was going to do all that. Lethal, I'm apologizing. I just set up Nightbot today.
Yeah. So, also, whoever just said that he said my childhood game, dude, I can send you, seriously, reach out to me on Twitter, DM me on Twitter, and I will send you the link to the document that I set up for myself where I planned every single monster recruitment and evolution, and the reason why I did it in a specific order, so that I would have a team that was nigh unkillable. And I mean, the monster that was the revival member was incapable of being instant killed. We had a monster that was incapable of being status affected to sleep or petrification that was responsible for healing the status effects of everyone else on the team. It was impossible for them to die.
And this man, I will tell you right now, sends you actual like, game documents. Like, I remember you sent me everything for like Barman 64 the second attack, and I was like, oh my god. For how small of a game this is, there is so much you just sent.
Yes. If you follow my Jade Cocoon 2 guide to the letter, you will have an unkillable team that is, I don't think it's capable of losing, because you can't choose to do nothing on your turn, so you have to pick a side. You would have to deliberately try in order to run out of it just wouldn't work. It wouldn't work.
Oh, man. Honestly, God, I just love you talk again like this. It just feels so good.
Welcome to the Breath of the Wild stream, where we're going to talk about Jade Cocoon 2 and other PlayStation games for about 3 hours.
Alright, so I guess you go ahead and continue chatting, because I also need to hear the decade recap still, since we got the past week recap. Right. Let's go ahead and actually start and head towards our central area.
Okay, so in 2012, that's obviously when I graduated college and I moved out to California less than 2 months later. That's also shortly after I told my then girlfriend, now wife, I said, hey, I really want to continue a relationship with you. And she said, I feel the same way. And I said, cool, now I'm going to move 2,200 miles away from you. And we were long distance for what? 4 years?
Oh, jeez.
So 2012, I moved out to California. Got a night shift job at Stanley Security. It sucked my soul out, but it was a good experience for saving up money. 2013, I decided to start trying to pursue voiceover full time. Miraculously, it almost immediately started working out. So I just started doing it full time. 2015 or 2013, for about a year, I did a QA job for NIS America. And that's how I discovered dungeon crawlers and my love of the PlayStation Vita. Rest in peace. Even your own parents never loved you. 2015, I quit that job at NIS America, was doing more voiceover. 2016, I'm trying to think of the timeline around Breath of the Wild and ReZero was pretty close. I know that it was like February of 2016. I got a job at California Adventure as a Turtle Talk member, and also I was one of the ride operators at Bugs Land. And that job lasted exactly 93 days. No, it lasted exactly. I'm trying to think. It lasted 106 days. My 90-day probation period. And then as soon as my probation period ended is when I booked or around when my probation period was about to end, is when I booked Subaru Natsuki in ReZero. And I vocally could not handle doing both of those and also make time for my wife. So I had to pick what was most important to me. So I did my 90-day probationary period at Disneyland California Adventure. I finished, I graduated, became a full qualified member of the Disney alumni, and then instantly put in my 2 weeks notice. But all things considered, I did do that probationary period, so I can say truthfully that I am a permanent part of the Disney alumni legacy.
Hey man, that's bragging rights right there, even if you didn't
There you
do
go.
it.
So 2017, Breath of the Wild came out. Obviously, I've never had to work since then because I just get paid millions of dollars a year in royalties. That's a bold-faced lie. I'm poor. Please help me. No, but Breath of the Wild comes out and Persona 5 comes out, so that was a pretty big deal in regards to my career and convention visits. 2018, comparatively, I'd have to check my BTVA, but if 2017 was the big year, 2018 was kind of the workshop year / just continuing to build my portfolio. Obviously, 2019, we had JoJo Bizarre Adventure Part 5 Golden Wind. That's been kind of the big thing for me, and nothing else because COVID-19 has really screwed the pooch in terms of, scheduled releases and stuff like that. But there's stuff that I'm really looking forward to that's set to come out either this year or next year. I'm just not able to give more details on it yet. So we're just riding the wave of unemployment. And in my case, I find I had to throw a couple $1,000s down on upgrading my home studio, but apparently it worked out because I've been doing sessions since then. A lot of them, of which involved screaming. I just did a session this morning for something, and I've got other stuff scheduled for later this week. So I'm just grateful. I'm grateful for two things. I'm grateful to be working when I can, and I'm grateful that when I don't have work, it's very easy to file for unemployment because just auditioning counts as looking for work.
That's actually really nice. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Because they ask you every 2 weeks. They say, did you work? And then they ask, did you look for work? And in my case, if I sent in files for auditions that my agency gave me, if I send in auditions, period, that is looking for work. That is trying to get cast as stuff. Whereas, if you're someone who works at a retail job or has a specific position at a company and you get removed or furloughed or laid off, if you tell them I did look for work, then you have to actually look for work, even if it's a different job that you may not necessarily want. So I emotionally feel for that, and I'm very grateful that my career kind of goes hand in hand with looking for work.
Well, it's good to hear that. Honestly, like, as much as you've had this better half of a decade,
Right.
I'm honestly, like, it's just, I don't know, it's hard to say, but like, I just like love seeing what you've all gotten done. I'm just proud to say that I've seen you just accomplish so much.
You're the one who wanted to designate the appointed night with all the ceremonial pomp, grandeur, and nonsense we could muster. I loved this scene so much. This was prime Rivali going, hey, don't look at me. You're the jackass that wanted to do this. Or I didn't get to vote. I was one part of this 5-person group.
Also, since I know someone asked in chat earlier, would you be willing to answer questions, I guess, just possibly throughout the stream? Obviously,
Oh, of course.
if
Of
it's, like,
course.
too much and it's like, oh, you, like, legally can't say that or you just
No,
regret
no,
it.
no. I mean, I know that people say, let me know if there's stuff I'm not allowed to ask. My more comfortable answer is I don't want you to limit yourself based on what you think you can't ask. I would rather you ask it and I can say, well, I can't directly answer what you've asked me, but I can try and give some insight surrounding it. And that usually gives an answer of some sort, and it often provides some interesting information. So please, it is so rare that we get to actually talk about our career because because you don't understand, like, the whole time that we're waiting for the game or project to come out, we can't talk
you
about
can't
it.
talk about it. You have to be silent.
And then it comes out and we're able to talk about it, but we don't want to force ourselves into conversations. Like, the number of times that I've seen someone streaming Breath of the Wild, and there's that part of my brain that wants to go, hey, you should crash the stream and be like, I was the voice of so and so in this game. But there's that other part of us that's like, the game is not just you. You shouldn't assume that, everyone's going to be interested in making time for you just because you voiced in it. So out of courtesy, we don't force ourselves into those conversations, just out of professional courtesy. So it's hard finding that balance of where am I allowed to geek out about my involvement in a game without, quote unquote, making it about me. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that absolutely makes sense. So, chat, yeah, if you all got questions, feel free to ask.
One of the best examples I give people is when my wife and I were at a Ren Fair, and there was a kid walking around the Ren Fair in Breath of the Wild Link garb, and I wanted to walk up to him and start, crap talking him as Rivali, but one, the chance that he would actually recognize the voice was very slim, and two, the chance that his father, who was walking around with him, would deck me into the ground using one arm was much higher. So I decided, for the sake of my trachea, that I was gonna fight the urge.
I would admit I'd have a very hard time resisting that urge to act like that. Just knowing, like, how I am with a bunch of stuff. But that's actually hilarious to hear.
I mean, it would have been the funniest thing in the world to hear someone come up and go, Link, how dare you show up? It's okay, I'm the actor. I'm the voice character.
Rivali's voice actor dies at Renaissance Fair. More at 11.
It turns out the kid is the one who uses Urbosa's Fury and just sends me sailing. Rivali's gale is blasting off again!
Ooh, he got it. Hello, Mr. Guardian.
So, what's your success rate with parrying?
We've had a decent success rate at, like, actual combat trials. Thunderblight Ganon, I, only could do it once, but it was a clutch parry.
I believe... Go ahead.
I was at the same time we just died, or almost died, so we're gonna see how this night goes.
I believe when I tried it out for a bit at my friend's house after I gave him the box and he started playing it, I believe I got it on my second try. But that was because, like, I had seen enough videos where I kind of understood the timing based on the sound of the laser, and I believe they actually coded it that way. Like, the sound of the laser firing is actually supposed to be your cue to start the parry. So I was pretty proud of myself, but I wasn't a first-time champ.
Yeah, I admit I've not had the sound cue for a lot of this game. Oh god, we've already lost like 3 shields.
Oh my god, he's just burning through it.
Oh, that was probably a waste, but... Yeah, so, like, I've actually had to play most of this game admittedly blind, because we haven't had sound for, like, OBS, and I actually just recently figured out how to get sound for both of us, so...
Wait, did you already get the Master Sword?
Yep. You can get the Master Sword as soon as you get 13 hearts. In this game.
What the heck?
I told you, we're in the finale. We're here for the finale. You can technically get it, like, at any point in the game. Oh god, we're in the goop.
Is that bad? Do you take damage in the goop?
You take consistent damage in the goop.
Dude, you're gonna die, man. Oh, okay.
We did it. We beat that Guardian.
So if you manage to flip them onto their back like that, does that instantly kill them, or?
I'm gonna be real with you. Fighting Guardians like that, this is pretty much a first time for me. So, I actually have no idea, but I would assume at least like makes them all immobile. So,
You will not stop my festivity!
Oh, the Todd Star and Nell. Thank you both for the follow. I didn't actually realize that you two would be here tonight. And I guess for context, those two are from Australia, so...
It's got my favorite Pokemon too.
Oh, yeah. Wait, is your favorite Pokemon Totodile too?
I love Totodile.
Oh my god, why have we not talked more?
Chibi Gator.
I love him. That is my son.
He's my favorite monster version of Donald Duck.
Right, well, so actually my question, what? Oh, alright, so I'm gonna just redeem points for my thoughts on Lex being a mod. Outside being a handful at times, he does a good job when he actually does his job. But anyways, I guess Spider has a question in chat, so I can look at that real quick.
Okay.
Someone who wants to get into the voice acting business, but how did you start getting jobs in voice acting, and how do you find work? Is it like more like reputable sites or agencies like that you would give recommendations to?
So hold on, I'm gonna ask was it 627? Okay. Sorry, I owe my wife her part of her tax return because we file together each year. So it's a constant gradual process.
You will not stop my festivity!
And
when
wow, look at that 5. Thank you very much for the follow. But anyways, to continue you talking.
When I first started out in voice acting, back in the olden days of the Newgrounds forums, I would look online for where independent animators were posting projects that I did casting calls for. So back then it was stuff like the Newgrounds forums, the Voice Acting Alliance, the Voice Acting Club. I believe nowadays the trifecta is the Casting Call Club, Voice Acting Club, and I think BTVA has its own forums. Now, I'm biased because I help moderate the Voice Acting Club, and it's probably the only site that existed a decade ago that still exists today, and where many of the people who were amateurs back in the olden days are now the working professionals that kind of took over for the new guard on the website today. So it's like literally people who joined the Voice Acting Club who wanted to get into voiceover and start doing it professionally are now professionals that help run the site and help bring up the next generation of talent, if that makes sense. In regards to paid work, my individual path was when I was still in Michigan, when I was still in college, and I wasn't living in one of the hubs, be it Texas or LA or Chicago or New York. I created a profile on freelance sites. I did freelancer.com, I did People Per Hour, I did Voice Realm, Voice Bunny. I still get jobs via the Voice Realm from time to time. People Per Hour has kind of fallen off the map. Freelancers fallen off the map. Voice Bunny, I only get direct bookings through repeat clients. Maybe that'll change if I go back and tag my samples, but it was basically spreading myself out on these sites that allowed you to sign up for free and generally would take a commission cut of the value of the job that you did. And that's how I started to build my portfolio. Regarding paid work, now that I'm out where the studios are, it's just this very slow process of consistency, quality, and opportunity. You know, I'm trying to think of a good way to show the PowerPoint slide that I did. If I send you a screenshot of a slide, would you be able to like load that on your stream as like a quick image?
Yeah, we can get that on there.
Okay. Let me see if I can find my stream asset or my PowerPoint assets. Industry documents? No. There's got to be something here. Documents, convention panel resources.
Also, Todd, that does actually make sense.
There we go. Let me screenshot this specific slide and I'll have you show it to people on stream because it'll make a lot of sense. It'll help immensely with making this a 2-minute explanation rather than a 10-minute explanation.
Yeah.
So I just sent you the screenshot over Discord.
All right.
If you want to save that and load it up somehow.
Yep. Just give me. Let me crop this real fast, just so it's not like the entire
Yeah, that's fine. It'll give me a chance to grab my other drink because I'm super dehydrated.
Yeah, no, go for it. So since we talked about this, we can leave the screenshot up for the rest of the stream. Just give me 1 second, chat, and then I can actually go ahead and start reading some of what y'all have been saying, since I'm trying to be playing the game while Sean honestly is the more interesting person and talks. Okay, so OBS, we add our image.
Sorry to interrupt your stream for a moment.
You are perfectly fine.
I hope you're keeping track of the questions that chat posts, because the stream chat doesn't last forever, so
yeah,
it probably disappears before I finish answering the previous question.
I'm just kind of like seeing ones that I can like actively get. Also, I might have to turn. Oh, you know what? We can have this go underneath the chat. So underneath the chat.
Well, just have to have it up there for like a minute while I explain it real quick, and then you can take it away.
Okay. So yeah, it'll chill under chat for right now while he talks about this.
Okay.
Also,
So,
and I guess just to quickly interrupt you, one more thing. So chat, if you do have questions and I miss them, feel free to ask them again, because I'm while playing the game, while Sean is obviously being the more interesting person talking right now, I will have my attention pretty divided, so you'll have to forgive me if I miss your questions.
So, I saw someone in chat say I didn't realize NIS America was that high on the tree. I need to emphasize that it's not a ranking. The top side is 2012 when I first moved out to California, and the bottom is closer and closer to the modern day. What that graph is supposed to show is that each of these arrows is how working for one particular studio got me in contact with a different client or a different studio. For example, Bang Zoom is where I recorded for East Memories of Celceta, and that's how someone working at Xseed Games came to know about my existence. Then down the line, Xseed Games eventually was working on Trails of Cold Steel with PCB Productions. So that's how PCB Productions got to know me. Well, PCB Productions eventually worked with Nexon for MapleStory. That's how Nexon got to know about me. And then Nexon later on ended up doing a project with Mark Grouse Studios, and that's how Mark Grouse Studios got to know me. So that's just one specific path of how I made these new connections with clients and studios. And anything that has a little green star next to it is a studio that actually sends out auditions. So through the years, by just continuing to do my best in performances, attending workshops, making connections with different studios or different clients, I expanded my network of who knew about me, who knew about my skill set as an actor. And that opened up more chances for me to audition, more opportunities to book work. And as I booked new work, that also gave me the chance to make even more connections. Perfect example being, Bang Zoom. Bang Zoom had no involvement in Breath of the Wild, but it was through Bang Zoom that I got the email in 2015 saying we have a sister studio that is looking for auditions for a non-union project. If you are interested, please let us know. We will give you their email. That email was to Formosa. And Formosa was the one that actually did the casting and the dubbing for Breath of the Wild. So, if I had never worked with Bang Zoom, even though they weren't the ones who did Breath of the Wild, I may have never had that connection opportunity that got me the auditions for Breath of the Wild, and I never would have been part of the game in the first place. So a company that I started doing work for in 2012 was the reason why I got the auditions in 2015 for one of the biggest first-party games of Nintendo's entire legacy.
Also, I'm being quiet so John can speak. So, because again, most of this is for like him, just like having our special guest. So
sorry if at any point it feels like I'm taking over your airwaves. Just let me know.
No, you are perfectly fine. Again, I wanted like to have you on stream just because I figured, hey, this would be something cool that not a lot of people could do. So
yeah. You should reach out to Amelia Gotham. She was the voice of Mifa. And I think she really deserves to have more opportunities to talk about her work on the game, just because, and I don't know why this is, but like anytime that the cast of Breath of the Wild get invited out to conventions, it's like Daruk, Rivali, Teba, Urbosa, and no one brings Mifa. Like I don't think I've been at the same convention as her for a Breath of the Wild cast meeting.
I mean, on the real, like, if I had some way to contact her, I absolutely would love to, like, just chat with her at some point. But
hold on. I'll give you her Twitter. You have a Twitter, right?
Yeah, I have a Twitter.
Yeah, hold on. Seriously, guys, go give her some love, because she is more than interested in getting to talk about this game, and people just don't give her the opportunity. So I think it would mean I don't feel obligated, but It's at Gotham_Amelia. GOTHAM_AMELIA.
And then yeah, if you
And
can,
I tell people unironically, I think her performance in the DLC, I think she is the best performance of the DLC across all the champions.
I will go ahead and post that real fast in the stream chat so everybody can go ahead and give her a follow real fast. But no, I mean, like, honestly, on the stream, like, I know, like, when we talked about, like, the 4 champions, like, a lot of us just loved Mifa. Like, we all thought she was great. Like, I love, like, honestly, I think the champions are all, like, great in, like, their own different ways, but, like, Mifa, to me, just felt, like, super heartwarming.
Right. Now, I know it was one of Amelia's like first roles, so I understand if people are like, why did they use someone who's new to this? But first of all, hello, we all start somewhere.
Yeah.
And I think and I can see where elements of Amelia's being relatively new to this type of role kind of helped with like the nervousness and the vulnerability of Mifa as a character. But I don't want to argue about that, but when we get to the DLC, she had understood that character so well by that point that she just totally embraced it. It's so good. Anyway.
Yeah. No, like,
but
yeah, no,
that's the end of my rant about that.
Like, I admit, like, when I was, because just as a note, like, we actually got affiliate not too long ago on stream. Like, one of the
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you very much for that. So, if anybody wants to go ahead and sub, we will have emotes soon enough. I actually just got sub badges commissioned today. But, like, Mifa was a character I was actually highly considering, like, getting an emote for. Because I was just like, wow, she's actually, like, super great.
This is my vow.
Oh, and speaking of having that sub button terminally calibrated, aka Miranda, thank you very much for the sub. That's our 3rd.
Hey, let's go.
We're getting there, chat. This is gonna be a hype night. I'm already excited, and I'm already dying a bunch.
Did you see the video where what
Here's a penny, you pathetic worm.
You didn't watch that. There was some group of people who went through and made every single recipe from Breath of the Wild that they could make a real world equivalent for. They tried every single recipe.
So
it was like 90 something meals in 6 hours.
That is awful sounding, but at the same, that could either be really good or really bad. Also, we're just getting clapped by lasers right now, and I don't like it.
I'll look it up. Oh, it was from Polygon. It was that guy from Polygon who was like famous for doing the Waluigi protest to Nintendo.
Oh, that guy.
Okay. Adam Musa. But anyway, yeah, they said we made all 78 Breath of the Wild recipes in one day, and they tested all of them. They actually ate all of them.
Oh god. Oh god. What is this Lionel doing here?
Dude, I wish if I ever got into like fist fights that I could be like, wait, hold on a second, like eat a slice of beef jerky and instantly feel a little bit stronger.
I would absolutely love that power. Just to freeze time, like, hold on, I need to remain meal real quick.
Right. I saw someone in chat had asked what kind of equipment. Ravioli. That's it, just ravioli.
That's it, just ravioli.
I saw someone in chat asked what kind of equipment is good enough for professional work. So that varies widely, and the reason is because it's not just about the recording equipment, it's also about the recording environment. It doesn't matter how good, it doesn't matter if you have a $3,000 Newman microphone. If you are trying to record in like a cinder block dorm room with no sound absorption material whatsoever, it's going to sound horrible because you're going to get a lot of echo and a lot of room reverb, a lot of bounce back. So it's equal parts. And for a long time, I was using a Blue Yeti microphone, the same as I'm using right now for this more casual interview/stream opportunity. I was using a Blue Yeti microphone in a tight closet space, and I thought it was good enough. And I thought it was good enough because I had done paid work on it. I had done national-level commercial spots on it. But it wasn't until I was forced to upgrade my home studio because of COVID that I realized how different the quality was between a $250 Blue Yeti microphone. I'm sorry, $150 Blue Yeti microphone on a music stand with like a $50 reverb filter in my closet versus a proper XLR microphone hooked into a preamp on a $300 microphone based off the U87. Like once I had gone from that small closet space to a fully soundproofed room that had acoustic foam, making it into basically a room-sized booth. That made a huge difference. And I went from being able to record auditions from home. That's one of the big differences is a lot of people who live in Los Angeles have booths, or prior to COVID-19, had booths that were good enough to record auditions because the studios knew if we cast you, we're going to bring you into our studio to record the finished product. Your home audition doesn't have to sound perfect.
Yeah,
but
there's like me a good enough standard to get like an idea, I would imagine.
But there has been a big panic now ever since COVID-19 hit, where it's not safe enough to go into the studios to record, but a lot of people's home studios are not good enough for broadcast quality, and that's not necessarily their fault. None of us expected to be in this position in the first place. But there are a lot of companies that be like, send us a booth sample. We can't work with this because we need it to be consistent across everyone. And there's been some recording studios that have actually gone as far as sending remote recording kits for the actors to set up, record the job, and then pack everything back up and send it back out. I did a project over the last couple of weeks that required me to do that.
Wow. That's actually a little wild to hear. Like even companies imagining like just like mailing you a kit like that.
So the answer to that is it depends. The better your home studio setup, the more likely that you can book freelance work from home, and especially in this current climate that you may be able to book studio work and work on it from home. So having a Blue Yeti did not prevent me from booking work, paid work. However, I also think it's true if I said, now that I have a better quality home studio, the likelihood that I may book more paid work, because there are clients that will consider me now that may have listened to the old Blue Yeti setup and gone, nope, not interested, is different. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, that definitely makes sense to me. And also, like, even someone who did audio mixing for a while, like, in university, like, even just, like, because one thing that I don't think people will realize, like, when it comes to audio mixing, like, it's not even, like, just the equipment that you use to, like, record it in of itself, but there's also like the equipment you use to like mix it is definitely like a huge impact, or like even like the headphones that you use to listen in on it. Because like I remember like I had a project that I recorded from home, and then I had to like take it into my university's like actual studio in order to mix it, and I heard like stuff in that studio I didn't even like pick up on when I recorded from home, and I was like, oh my god, there is a lot more to this than I thought, and I was actually impressed.
So it's hard for me to give a concrete answer because there's so many voiceover questions that can be answered with, well, it depends. The baseline I would go with, because I'll approach it from the example of, hey, I'm on a budget, but I want to have good quality. What can I do? Well, there are things called vocal booths to go. If you want to have it pre-made or pre-built with like a set of instructions and you get all the materials, you can buy them for anywhere between $500 to like $800. And I think it's called vocalbooth.com or something like that. Erica Lindbeck, who has done official work for the new Spider-Man game that came out a year or two ago, she has posted about the booth that she has set up. Another common budget booth that people will set up is they will use a combination of PVC pipe on stands, and they'll use what are called dampening blankets, or just really any good thick blanket, whether it's a military blanket or something like that, to absorb sound. And they'll make a little, like your little movie, your little pillow forts that you would make back when you were a kid, and an adult if you're not a freaking coward. They will make like a makeshift tent using PVC pipes and blankets, and they will put the recording equipment in there. And that does amazingly for keeping sound from coming back in after it leaves the room. It won't keep outside noise from coming in, but it does very well with keeping inside noise from coming back in after it bounces out. So.
Alright, so I hope that answers another question.
The Voice Acting Club, another shameless plug, the Voice Acting Club has a forum dedicated to like tech stuff like this. So you can always look for threads that have already been posted about making a vocal booth at home. And there are options for people who have $25. Like there's a way to make like a little cubby hole for your microphone. Kimlin Tran, the voice of Miss Fortune in Skullgirls, actually recorded her lines for Miss Fortune in one of those little like $50 do-it-yourself cubby holes for microphones. So there's options for $50, there's options for $200, there's options for $500. There's my home studio upgrade, which cost me, I believe, about $3,500. So it depends on what your budget is and how long-term you want it to be. But depending on, it's not necessarily spending more will help you earn more, but spending smart and setting up a proper vocal booth will help you immensely with being able to market yourself as a professional talent.
All right. And also, I guess just another like home studio that y'all can get like a better look at. Kellen Goff, or some of you who know him from this cinema community back in the day, Speed Joel, he made like like a little like sort of closet booth sort of thing like himself, and like he posted like a very up close and like personal photo about it. I actually have it liked on my Twitter that I've kind of looked at like a couple times just to be like, oh. Also,
you can go ahead and remove the flow chart because I already explained all that earlier when I answered that question.
All right, so that's gone now. And yeah, there you go. Kirby, since I just saw that you asked that question, yeah, that flowchart is now gone. I did not realize that the Guardian was shooting at me at that time.
Daruk protection is now ready to roll.
Thanks, Daruk. You always got my back. So I guess just as another question, because I kind of had one, not necessarily just like in your perspective, like with other voice actors that you know and such. Obviously, for like getting little streamers and such like myself, like a big goal is like to always have people like kind of like that as like guests on stream. Like, do you think like a lot, like obviously like some like I would imagine like the big voice actors like Vic Mignogna, for example, would just be like harder to get. But like, but for like voice actors like, I don't want to say like on your level, but like on a standpoint like similar like to yours, like how often like are you guys just willing to do like stuff like this? Because I know some people are like, oh, I won't unless you pay me. Or, like,
remember when I said most voiceover questions typically get answered with "it depends"?
This is it depends.
3 guesses on what my answer to this is.
It depends. It depends.
How did you know?
Ah, dude, I figured it out. I know the code.
So this may come as a surprise to you, but the best way to potentially get a voice actor to come onto your stream or your interview is to ask. So I don't want to speak on behalf of anyone else, but like you were starting to suggest, it really will come down to what their schedule is like, you know, if they have time for it. I am someone who really enjoys giving back to communities, and okay, I'm gonna preface all of this with, I don't want anything that did God just like drop a deuce on you?
He just dropped a corpse on me.
What the hell?
Like where did that actually come from? Like,
he like picked his nose, flung it down at you.
I'm a little scared how that corpse body just actually fell like that.
Anyway, to give you an idea, you know, when I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, hey, my car's out of commission, my wife is laid off, you know, I have a stream that I do 5 days a week at 5 p.m. Before I even jumped onto this stream, I had a session at 2 in the afternoon, and then I had 14 auditions that I recorded in an hour and a half before I joined you for your stream. So I can completely see why someone might do all of that and then be like, oh, you know, someone wanted me for a personal interview at 6 p.m. today. I'm really not in the mood to do this right now. And you can't really hold that against them. Yeah. Now, I personally choose to try and give back to communities when I can, because it's folks like you that allow my career to exist in the first place. You know, if there wasn't a demand for an English dub, companies wouldn't do it. They'd save that money. They'd use it on other stuff instead. So I try, it's my way of keeping myself humble by dedicating time to other people besides just myself. But it can be really hard. You know, I imagine someone like Matt Mercer is really busy all the time, either with his own individual projects, or especially one thing that I don't do very well is I'm not very good about spending time networking with my colleagues and other actors. Like I'm almost you see all these group streams that like Kellen and Jonah and Billy Kametz do with each other where they're all just hanging out and playing stuff like Jackbox games. I don't do a lot of that, and I don't know if it's because I'm not invited to them or if because I just don't go out looking for them, but that's definitely something that I would say is a weak spot of mine that I haven't made any real effort to get better about. Now, because I don't do that, it means I have a lot more free time for stuff like this. And if I were spending more time trying to network with my colleagues, I call it the Hollywood hustle, so to speak, then I might not have as much time for other folks or for more independent gigs. But like it just varies from person to person. You know, Jonah's way of giving back is that he does his streams and he just allows, you know, he just does a lot of streams where he just chills and vibes and chats with people and lets them determine the flow of the stream. For me, I tend to say or be more of a yes man when it comes to podcast and interview requests. But I still stand by that the best way to possibly get someone you're interested in having join you is to reach out and ask them.
Yep. I mean, that's kind of how it was with you, because I was like, oh, I didn't know like how willing you'd be like to do this, especially since like I've seen your stream audiences. You tend to have a bigger audience than I do nowadays, so I was like, oh,
right.
He might not, but
Well, I mean,
like,
it's.
I was
Go
also
ahead.
just like, you know what, you're an old friend. Like, the worst I can do is just ask and you say no.
I've been like, who the hell are you? What?
I was honestly got like my low key fear. Like, oh, I mean, God, you'd forgotten.
You know, it's obviously more likely to happen if I'm able to schedule it because, you know, in my case, I'd be like, okay, well, I'm working this day. I'm not going to want to do anything after 4 p.m. on this day. This day I'm streaming. Okay, well, I can be free after 6 p.m. here, so let's see if we can schedule it for that. Or usually people contact me far enough in advance. Like I had someone say, hey, we want to bring you on a podcast for Danganronpa. Are you free June 23rd at 10 in the morning? And I look two and a half weeks in advance. There's nothing scheduled that far out. So I was able to go, yeah, I can make it work. Because that's actually, voiceover is one of the easier things to schedule around because voiceover isn't much different from you guys reaching out for interviews where the studio client will reach out and say, we would like to book you for this date and time. Will that work for you? They can't just tell you you're booked for this date and time. You better show up because they don't know if it's going to conflict with anything. You're not guaranteed to work that job. So the good thing about voiceover is that people will always ask me, does this work for you? And I can tell them, yes, I can make it work, or no, that's already accommodated. Here's what else I have available. What would work best for you across those three? Or if they absolutely can't do it, if they need it for that date and time, I can usually reach out to whoever currently has that slot and go, hey, I've got someone who really, really needs this time slot. You have first dibs. Do you absolutely need it as well, or are you willing to adjust it? So I like that there's that flexibility when it comes to scheduling around this career.
Also, Har, thank you for the bit on the donation of the death. Also, saying as Nightbot is timing people out, apparently I'm just going to completely disable that. So, okay, link should be fine now, but yeah, just...
The systems are down, post hand-holding, chat.
No, too much lewd. Oh, well, first game over the night, it was bound to happen. All the way back here. We're not that far back. But, no, mods, just, like, keep a lookout for links, because I would prefer not to have links posted, but if Nightbot's just gonna be like that, much of, like, a thing about it, then I'm just gonna trust you all about it. Wow, we died really quickly on that one. Oh, it's a clip? Yeah, we do have a, having
Get
fun
wrecked, kid.
posting these 1 bits. Looks like when it's stunned like that, you can... Wait, you can mount Lionels?
Right.
I actually did not... I'll try it, but I never knew you could actually mount these things. I figured they would just kill you. You added voices to your donations. I mean, that's just the default setting. You can mount them. Wait, let me mount the Lionel. It wouldn't let me mount the Lionel. That was a sentence if I ever spoken one.
Who speaks in sentences anymore? I just do paragraph-long diatribes.
I mean, you do fandom streams, so you probably speak a lot more than I do. Oh, damn, there we go again.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, these are like the hardest enemies in the game, and I would say overall they're harder than most of the bosses.
Get wrecked, kid.
You need to stop. It's a penny every time. I'll be headshot a Lionel. Oh, I actually did not know if you headshot them, they did something different. Oh, A for mounting, duh. Okay, I actually hit a button that time. I did not mean to. So anyways, now we're actually playing the video game. So you said you hadn't like played this game at all, correct?
I have not, no.
Okay. So, alright, so yeah, do you even know like, I guess like how much of like your character like in game do you know, like outside like, oh, he's like best, well, like a fan favorite character?
I've seen enough like playthroughs and speed runs and let's plays to where I would say a mid-level knowledge, like not quite mock, just below it.
Okay.
Get wrecked, kid.
Thank you again, Har, for the bit. So every time I die, I get a penny. So in which case, why don't I just die 100 times for $1? That was our fastest death yet. Oh, don't bother trying to tame it? Okay.
You can tame a Lionel?
Apparently. And Har, that was a bad attempt. Not doing it for that one. This is the best way to fight these things. I say that as I take almost all my health. Oh my god. Also to, a question from earlier, I actually did like a bunch of like food grinding and making like off stream, but as you can clearly see, we've gone through most of it, if not all of it at this point. So Ganon is going to be a fun time. And apparently Master Sword does more of these things. Alright, Master Sword does have more might to it. Have fun with the 6 bosses at the end. Oh, right, I forgot about that. There's apparently multiple bosses in this game for the last part. Also, hello, Blaze. Oh, you can attack while mounted. Oh, okay. We will try that on this attempt and hope to God we somehow accomplish this.
Watching the story was that you voiced my favorite edgy boy. What was it like voicing for NetherRealm? They're a cool group of cats, dude. You can tell that like the devs really care about the game, and there were a lot of passionate people on the team. And it was just clear that they wanted to. It always feels like with Mortal Kombat that they are aware of how not necessarily camp, but over the top those games tend to be. So you can even hear it in the performances. They never go full on Call of Duty serious. It's always that level of we're here to beat the shit out of each other. Let's not pretend that's not the main purpose of all this.
Like they even recognize like that it's an over the top like fighting game.
And I like that commitment to the silliness.
Let's see if we can actually beat this Lionel this time. Can you not? Okay, we can't parry the fireball. Got it.
So are you trying to actually beat Ganon on this stream?
That is the hopeful goal. Thank you for the
Get
4
Rap
bits.
Kid.
Also, I see that Shizurino is in here. Welcome, friend. I finished up a special drawing for a special birthday, bro. Oh, nice.
Is that your birthday?
My birthday was not too long ago. It was May 23rd, but actually our subscription gift was a gift from Shizurino, who drew it, Aminex, who animated it, and then Harkin, who made the Yu-Gi-Oh cards in it. And we died again.
You start a death counter in the chat.
You know what? Chat, you want to actually keep track of how many times we die? And then I'll just like put a counter at the end. So I'd recommend a grind for some Guardian parts so you can make the Guardian sets for arrows and bombs. I probably will do that when I like get another like warp point. Because I don't think I can like warp back to where I am like mid castle right now. Also, we need to actually work on pairing. So we're going to use this Lionel to work on that. That is not a pairing. I thought I could parry that one. Alright, you know what? We're just going to go ahead and add that death counter real fast. Oh god, that's really big. We will shrink that in a second. We're using very basic font, chat, because we are all about low production quality here. There we go. We are now at 10 deaths. Give it a fancy font? No. See, we don't want it to be a fancy font, so that way we like don't have to keep looking at it. This is my motivation to not have to keep looking at this. Oh, that is... Ooh. Also, while I'm thinking about it, do I have better armor than this? I have a better headband. Oh, wait, actually, I do have an even better one. Oh, what is this Lionel doing? Oh, he just snapped our shield in half. And see, we're better at like getting the fit or the flurry rush compared to the end. See, I can speak sentences. You know me. Oh, that's not a one-handed weapon. I thought it was. Urbosa, help us. Alright, we do actually need to kill here. Thanks, Mifa, for correcting our mistake.
Everybody gets one, unless you're Iblis, and then you need 3.
Oh my god.
Hey, you did it!
And by 3, I think we mean like 20.
Now you're gonna have to do that. You're gonna have to do that like 20 times in a row against the final boss.
We're just gonna have to hope final boss goes better somehow. Keyword of somehow. Oh, my bow broke. Jeez, I didn't even notice. And I tried so hard to get prepared for the stream too. All this equipment. That's a pretty good shield. Alright, we need that better weapon.
Congratulations, bit also to make up for the death I missed.
Thank you very much, Har. I appreciate it. We'll drop this. I don't want the Knight's Claymore. Using your bow as a weapon to clear out common enemies feels really gross. Alright, since we're seeing people talk about Danganronpa in chat, didn't you voice in that game as well?
Yes, I was Kiyotaka Ishimaru in Danganronpa 1 and Monotaro in Danganronpa V3.
Ooh, how was... So I'm actually curious like how voicing in that actually was. Like
how voicing in V3 was, or in Danganronpa in general?
I'd say Danganronpa in general because I personally haven't gotten to V3 yet, but like I am a fan of the series and we actually have like multiple emotes for it in our Discord.
Well, it was pretty interesting because Kiyotaka Ishimaru at that level in my career. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I should also mention because Spider brought up a point. I haven't played V3 yet, but we've played the other two at least. So
I've heard there are so many like game modes in V3. Like holy Christ.
I've heard there's a lot, but I know like nothing about it. So it'll be interesting whenever we actually get to that.
Yeah.
So anyways, yeah, to go ahead and continue with your story about...
So Kiyotaka Ishimaru was kind of... I'm not going to call it a phone-in role, but when I look back on my old performances...
You didn't, though the amount of missed flurry rushes hurt me.
Sorry, Shadowlink.
It was... I wouldn't call it a phone-in role, but as I listen back to my past performances, it's clear that Kiyotaka was one of those easy adaptation roles for me, because I'm always someone who talks very loudly all the time and doesn't realize his own volume until people tell him, you don't need to talk that loud. I'm right here, buddy. I'm 2 feet away. And that's pretty much all Kiyotaka is. Kiyotaka is just someone who always projects at a very loud volume and he's full of justice and butter. So it wasn't very hard for them to get me to do what they wanted me to do for the character. They just basically got me at the right pitch and then had me talk how I normally talk. Monotaro was different because by then I'd gotten better at adapting current voices I already know how to do and making changes in order for them to fit the new character. So for example, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this because my throat's pretty much shot from doing 14 auditions, a screaming session, and this stream at the same time. But there's this character named Fatigue from Bedfellows.
And Fatigue sounds like this. He's super gay, and he's very happy all the time, and he's very, very British.
Oh, and Blaze,
Yeah,
thank you very much for the
Kind
raid.
of sounds like that. So anyway, when I was in the booth to do Monotaro, obviously he couldn't be British because this is an American game. They don't want British accents for the characters. So I removed the British accent, and I just made him high pitch up here. And then they asked me to make them a little bit more staccato. Yeah, my upper range is so screwed right now.
It's fine. We weren't honestly expecting voices a whole lot in this chat. Just more so, I guess, just general talking.
Right.
But
So I took Fatigue's voice from up here, and I made it American accent and staccato, and now you have Monotaro.
With a very scraggy throat at the moment. Tebo was the same way, where Tebo was based on Sheen, also from the Bedfellows.
And Sheen is just angry all the time.
Baritone voices are much easier to do when your throat's all scraggly.
oh yeah, you can get away with it.
Sheen just is like always mad and he's always yelling at people. I said, what if I take the anger from Sheen and instead of angry, I just make him bitter instead. And now you have Teba. It's on you, Link.
Alright, and speaking of voices, when we start getting to cutscenes, I don't know if you've ever gotten to actually turn in for a stream or not, but we tend to go pretty snap cubey around here, where we go like off the walls like improv. We kind of make it whatever we want.
This is my vow.
Also, Spider, thank you very much for the subscription. I appreciate it, my dude. And here we are, Gaines Castle. So have you seen this part of the game? Because I have no idea what I'm getting into. What is it?
I'm sorry, but my power isn't strong enough. I can't hold.
Zelda, you held it for like 1,000 years. You're fine. And yes, I did say I had to make that. Oh my god, what are we looking at? Oh my god! Oh my god! Hey, you're learning voice acting with Nintendo. Aren't they picky of you voicing said characters or doing voice recordings?
Oh yes, oh yes. Nintendo is Disney level of protective of their character IPs. I do not do any voice requests as Rivali. I don't do voicemails as Rivali. It's I don't know if they take you to court over it, but it's one of those cases where if Nintendo asks you to not do something and you do it, they'd just be like, "Okay, cool. We're never gonna work with you again because we can't trust you to follow our wishes." So that's why you'll hear like Joe Zija he'll do imitations of other characters like Falco or other Fire Emblem characters, but you will never hear him do voice requests as Claude or as Fox McCloud.
Okay. Yeah, because I would imagine, like, knowing Nintendo, they're very picky about that. Oh, it's you.
Oh, you're gonna get the significant health reduction?
I guess I am, yeah, because we got all 4 of the Divine Beasts. Another question for Sean. What are some voice acting industry / insider tips and tricks you think you can give for people who are more new to the industry?
If you'd rather be doing literally anything else, go do that instead. Don't waste your time. And I mean that's no. I mean that seriously. I'm being dead serious. I have had mental breakdowns over voiceover. I have had my very first session for Rivali. I cried during a session break that we were taking over the phone to my mentor because I was so convinced that I was going to screw this up and they were going to recast me for a character that I'd fallen in love with. Even right now, as soon as I'm done with this, I have 14 auditions that I have to cut according to client specifications and then send off. And there's a below 5% chance that I'll even book any of them. And I don't get paid for the work I did. I don't get paid for the workout. It wasn't my vocal cords. It's stress. There's lots of stress. For every chance where I get to celebrate and be like, I was a part of this game, for every one project that I get to talk about and share with people and join streams like this, there's a graveyard of anywhere between 50 to 100 other projects that I either didn't book or I did book and then nothing came of them, or something happened and it was outside of my control and I wasn't able to continue working on it. There's so much that goes on behind the scenes and so much money that gets spent keeping myself abreast in the industry. The only time that we get to learn if we're doing things correctly is when we spend between $100 to $500 to take a workshop and hopefully perform in front of the director the way that we do by ourselves at home. And we have to hope that they can give us correct feedback on what we can work on and what we're doing well. So we're spending money just to potentially make money, but that's not a guarantee. So if after hearing all of that, you are still interested in getting involved in voiceover, cool. That's the most important step. Honestly, just do a lot more research than you do practice because you want to go into rehearsing and using your voice, doing it properly rather than causing damage to your throat that could be permanent if you do it extensively. There's a site called iwanttobeavoiceactor.com. That was written by D. Bradley Baker, who is probably the most prolific creature voice actor of our day and age. And I would just read that site cover to cover. Every single article that he's written is worth you reading, so that by the time you even start auditioning for things, whether they're independent projects or official paid projects, you already have a solid foundation of knowledge about how the industry works, and you can decide your next steps on your personal path of growing and developing your portfolio.
And also, I guess I got a quick question. No, it's not 100% playthrough, but we did do a thing last stream where we did like a bunch of bonus content that people really wanted me to do. So we did all the Divine Beasts and we did like a decent amount of the side quests, but no, this is not 100%. This is a straight up blind playthrough in 2020.
Why didn't you do the side quest to get the can of Raid to use on Ganon? it would have instantly taken out like half of his health.
I mean, but we got the Divine Beast, we're fine. Also, how does this phase even work? Oh god, he's hurting me. Do we have a beast system or something?
You gotta parry it, man.
Oh, of course.
Just go for it.
You know what? Fine, we're going for it next shot. Oh, there we go.
Look at that. Look at that. All it took was one.
we miss like most parries, but we get the ones that matter. Oh, look
there
at this,
you
the
go.
Flurry Rush 2. Are we in there?
Let's go. Look at that. All it took was me shit-talking you, and you instantly learned how to do it.
Bruh, that's how it always is. That was how like I started on the Bomberman Street, or like the
and
Bomberman
parry.
Like, oh, we missed it. You know, it's fine. We still got. We have hearts. We don't even need to heal right now.
And
Oh,
parry.
We died. We did it. Oh, we gotta update that to 11 now.
Ouchie.
Thank you very much for the bit.
Are there any projects you've done that you mentally cringe remembering? There is one, but I don't know if I can talk about it on a stream like this. Is this stream marked as mature?
Get wrecked, kid.
It is not marked as mature currently.
Okay.
Like, we're typically fine talking about whatever, but again, it's just not marked as mature.
Okay.
It's like, I don't personally have a problem with it. And if you want to talk about stuff like that, it's fine. But like, I don't know how Twitch.
Just between you and me, I'm not going to tell you how to run your stream, but be very careful because I know that I think I might have swear worded at some point during the stream. And if your stream is marked as basically being kid friendly, which in this case is not being marked as mature, and they find anything that wasn't kid friendly, it does say they have the right to terminate your account without notice.
Ooh, okay, we will.
That's why most people just go ahead and put on the mature filter, even if they never actually do like mature stuff, because to them it's just not worth. Like, if someone on stream links you to something and trolls you, and it's a not safe for work image, then you can end up losing your account.
That is a very fair point, and we are actually gonna go ahead and.
I'm gonna go dump my drink out real quick. Give me just a second.
Go for it. I will figure this out anyways. So content. Here comes some porn links. If there's any porn links that get posted, I demand that my mods actually like delete them. Should be in settings, maybe? Does anybody actually know where you change it to, like, be for mature audiences?
Oh.
Sean, by chance, do you know where you, like, go to change it, if, like, for mature content and all that? Like, in Twitch settings? I actually just do want to do that right now. It might be under preferences, modern. Verification. I'm not. I think we can skip this cutscene. Oh, nope, we can't. Go to your settings. Channel. Content. Channel content settings. Oh, mature content. Yep, there we go. All right, we have that enabled now. Thank you very much, chat. You gonna play New Game Plus after this? I'm not planning on doing New Game Plus. But I don't know. Yeah, we got it set. Letting it rock so I can get shit together. Yeah, I'm also just letting it rock so I can get maybe you're my.
So does it do segmented damage based on how many of them you free, or does it only do something if all 4 of them are free?
I would imagine it's probably segmented, because I remember hearing, like, if you don't free, like, some of them, you also have to fight, like, the bosses of each of the, like, the respective dungeons again, and then I think it frees, like, the Divine Beast, but I'm not sure about that. Because this is also, like, my first playthrough, so you're seeing a lot of this same stuff with me for the first time.
Right. So, like, if you freed only one of the champions, you'd have to fight the other 3 bosses when you go to fight Ganon, but then when you fight Ganon, 1/8 of his health would be gone, right?
I would assume so, yeah. So why am I just not...
The root's protection is now ready to roll.
What was the question again? Oh. About the
yeah, because we got on the topic of the mature stream thing, and I wound up changing that, so...
one of the first projects I ever recorded for was basically the version of a Newgrounds porn game where I was a minotaur doing it with an Egyptian princess.
Saucy.
Yeah. I remember he was described as having a dick the thickness of a tree trunk with spikes.
Quite the description you got on that one.
It really helped with vocally placing myself. Apparently, talking about adult games helps you get perfect parries, Iblis. Should I continue?
I mean, listen, with the things I talk about on the regular, it feels very
Pat, we
appropriate.
figured it out. All we have to do is bring up adult visual novels and porn games, and Iblis miraculously will find that he has the proper blood flow sent throughout his body in order to perfect parry.
Chad, this
You got this, Iblis. Just pretend that Ganon's cannon arm is as thick of a tree trunk and has spikes.
You know, I'm not gonna make the same mistake as last time and actually heal up here.
Iblis, in the last couple of years, I voiced in a game called To Trust an Incubus, and I play this husky, gravelly demon guy who's trying to hook up with the main character. Oh my god, Chad, it's working!
What is this?
This is 100% true!
Oh my god!
You can change your username to IblisStarEvan.
IblisSkank
This is the libido's power. I'm really feeling it. Xenoblade Chronicles sex.
Chat, you're in just as much of disbelief as I'm in right now, too.
Iblis thought Evan.
Iblis thought Evan. Oh. Simbliss? Or Sinbliss?
I'm really feeling it. Ah!
The Menage boy!
Why did they call it running your nails down someone's spine and not backslash?
Oh my god! The year is 2020. I lose to Iblis in a Smash set because of sex commentary. Oh my god. Oh wait. Oh, did we actually just beat the game?
No, you have to fight. You have to. Wait, I thought you knew this.
I don't know this. I know nothing.
Now
This is
you
why.
fight. Now you fight the cops.
Wait, I fight the. Oh, what is this?
He is a pure embodiment of the ancient evil that is reborn time and time again.
Do you think he has a dick as thick as a tree trunk with spikes?
I think as thick of a tree trunk is very thin considering the size of this man.
Assumed his pure, enraged form. If set free upon our world, the destruction will be unlike anything ever seen.
I think his dick is probably the size of a skyscraper. Also,
Listen, I'm trying to help ensure that Iblis beats this guy too.
Alright, it is time to ride our faithful steed. And chat,
Did
some
you
of
say
you may
faithful
remember
seed?
our faithful
You
steed.
said faithful seed.
Yeah.
That was a Freudian slip. My man's is consumed by the horny.
Unless I can't. Sight, my faithful steed. Together
I
we
must,
ride.
I must destroy this flaming hot meat with my faithful seed.
Sight 360X.
You can clearly see there's a fire in his loins.
Oh yeah, right. Sight, since you missed that stream, we named this horse Sight 360X, aka oh god, horse, come back! Ah!
Oh, he's fucking dead.
What?
That horse is Dunzo. Oh,
What?
damn! That horse is invincible.
Run! We wanna get off now! Run! Okay. I need a moment. Sight did. He said
Sight with
fucking
them iframes, though.
Oh my, Sight has like the best iframes. Okay.
Attack any glowing points that you see. May you be victorious.
I don't know what glowing point. Oh god. Okay, that's how this fight works. Got it.
Sorry if those are a bit soft. I tried to find the firm ones at the... Okay. Yes.
Alright, there is not a spot around the butt. Also, I do not see the skyscraper.
Did you? Okay. Did you just see his ass cheek wiggle? I just saw his ass cheek ripple. Go to clip it. Clip it right now. Someone clip it and go look at the clip, and you will see ripples travel across his gluteus ganimus.
His gluteus ganimus.
I'm trying to save the world, but he's dummy thick, and the clap of his ass cheeks keeps alerting the bokoblins.
Alright. So now the question is, where are the last few spots? Also, why is Ganon just like not... I don't know if he's just ignoring me?
No, you just gotta wait for the next spot to show up.
Okay.
It'll happen pretty soon. I just saw his butthole glow.
I just saw it too.
I'm so glad I wasn't the only one. Oh, is this what happened to Nina after Full Metal Alchemist? Is that why all these alchemist circles are showing up? Notice how Iblis started hitting his mark after after Sean brought up Ganon's ass. Notice how he's been spending this entire time staring at Ganon's backside.
Hey, chat.
Only now is he going up to the front.
Hey, chat, listen. If he's not shooting me, there's not a
All
point
right,
to go to the
it's
front.
time, Iblis. You gotta give him head. Give him head, Iblis.
Oh, he missed it.
Oh, you're not gonna use Rivali's Gale? Come on, man.
It's a
Do
movement. It's a
Don't
movement
do me
one.
dirty like that. Use Rivali's Gale.
It's not combat.
It launches you up so you can slow down time and get a perfect shot. I'm not even joking right now.
We can do that.
This man.
I forget, how do you use Rivali's Scale? It's the one I use the least. Which button is it? B.
Like, it's literally the only power that's not on recharge right now.
Link.
Use his attacks to your advantage.
I swear to God, Iblis. Chat, if he doesn't kill Ganon after using Rivali's... No, this doesn't count! Wait, was that Rivali's Gale?
It was just a win. You know what? Fine.
No!
I will miss the shot just for you.
If you don't deal the final hit by using Rivali's Gale, I will not consider this a victory, and I hope chat will back me up on this.
Well, you know what? We died in the process. Squat, my dude. Oh, is that how I do it? You know, okay. You know what? We got this fight on lockdown.
I don't know why you died, dude. You had the shot right there. Why'd you whiff it?
Shut the fuck up. All right, we gotta update the counter, so now it's 12. Oh, not 13, 12.
Eat shit, nerd.
Thank you, Hard, for that bit. And sight runs off again.
I am amazed that didn't hit you.
Get
Honestly,
wrecked, kid.
Same. Alright, sight, be right again. This is the same because you're at the end and you know what this is to me.
Aren't you supposed to, like, crouch or something like that? And then,
apparently
like,
I crouch and that's how I actually trigger Rivali's Gale.
yeah, I remembered that because it was the same way it worked in, like, Super Mario Brothers 2, where if you wanted to do a high jump, you had to crouch until the character started glowing, and then you could jump and you go super high.
Right, equip the late bow. Missed that shot.
Iblis, think of his ass.
I'm sorry, Zelda. I'm trying to shoot him. But he's
Think of
dummy
his ass.
CHICC and the clap of his ass cheeks throws me off balance.
Thank you very much for the donation. Okay.
Like, if you use Rivali's Gale, you, like, can't miss. Because you
Yeah.
can slow down time, you've got all the stamina bar.
Get the shot on the first use of Rivali's Scale and you get this stuff. You got it. That is motivation enough for me. There we go. There we go. What's your opinion on Ganon's ass? At this point, you've been looking at it for a while, so you have an idea of how it must feel. I think it feels pretty firm, I would imagine. Maybe like a little slimy because of, you know, all the purple goop that we're seeing. Sean, you want to contribute to this discussion?
Wait, what am I contributing to?
Your thoughts on Ganon's ass.
Yeah. That's why you can't spell Ganon without misspelled gain, and he's gaining thickness. So firm, but the slime lubes it up. That is a phrase I hoped to never read in my life. And now it's there, and it's in my memory banks. Thanks.
Only on the IblisStarEvan streams will you get this quality content.
On the first 20 minutes of the mature version of IblisStarEvan stream.
Yup, we have now reached our proper label. Damn it, we missed that one.
Okay, but how big wow this guy's shits be?
Let's see.
That's not goop that he fell in earlier.
Oh god. The size of the horse, absolutely.
Yeah, actually, that horse actually is one of his shits that gained sentience. But shit is not inherently born evil, so it was brought to the side of good. So congratulations, Link. You are riding on repurposed poop.
So
Shite 360.
Shiny 360X. So I'm out here being Ganon Dookie now. Crazy. So then you gotta wonder what's the orange hair? Like, what did Ganon have?
It's corn husk.
He just had raw corn husk.
All right, my dude.
All right,
Moment of truth. Why are you running so far away, though?
Because I'm gonna
You gotta face him head on.
I'm serpentining him until it's time. Which is now time.
You're not even near the front of his head.
I'm crouching, but it wasn't.
Oh, you better stop crouching. You better move.
Oh, that's just the one kill. I was holding the jump button. Like, I literally was just, like, jumping, and he just kept hopping. Okay, you know what? We're gonna practice before we actually start fighting him now.
How to use revolver. Activate by charging jump with X. It can be used 3 times
Iblis,
before it
come
needs
and
6
man
minutes to
Lech needs to go to
recharge.
bed.
Or 2 if you're in Hyrule Castle.
Also, I love how you spell come on.
Charge jump with X.
I have B set to jump. Okay, you know what?
Okay. Charge jump with B.
Okay, I'm holding jump button. Now it's working.
Look at that! Yeah, you didn't stay crouched for that long. You were walking
I
around while
need
you
to
were
go to sleep
crouched.
too. Just use the gale.
Yeah, when you were trying it, you crouched and then you started moving forward. You weren't standing in place. Just stay there. Just crouch and hold it.
Okay.
Look at that!
Now
There
we're
you
doing
go.
it. Also, I like how we just messed around this entire time, but we had no punishment for it. Anyways, we'll actually work on beating the boss now for real this time.
Link wasn't comatose for 100 years. That's how long it took him to learn how to fucking jump.
There we go. Sight, come on. So
Also, your death counter's at 13 now.
Oh, you're right. We will update that. There we go. It's only just not for. I haven't used Rivali's Gale a lot, so I thought I had it. Like, and I had done it before on stream. Like, there's video footage of it. Speaking of, all the VODs will be uploaded to YouTube at a later point, but including this masterpiece of a VOD. Alright, Sight, come on, move. There we go. How does it feel to have infinite arrows and an unbreakable bow? Feels pretty good. Five skills and 100% of the blessing in the game. It's a utility for. I mean, it's nice. Like, I just got it last, so it's the one I'm the least familiar with. And I haven't, like, played this game, like, off stream.
See, what he really wanted was he wanted to keep resetting until he got a super clean final fight. He's gonna edit the VOD later, so that only this last attempt is what shows in the video, and he's gonna pretend this is what he did the first time.
Yep, first try.
Pro gamer strats.
I obviously cared that much.
All right, there you go. Just hop off the horse. Get prepared as soon as it shows up. Just stay. Just stay. Look at that. Look at that.
There we go.
Wow. that
First
was
shot with Rivali's Gale actually being used.
By the way, you did officially just beat the game.
Did I actually?
You did. It's done.
Oh
You're
my
done.
I hate you. You're like, oh, you gotta do it with Rivali's Gale. You gotta do it with Rivali's Gale.
That's the only way you can do it.
You know what? But after all the sex commentary, it feels good to just climax on this man in style. And yes, I used the appropriate word choice.
You did it.
We did.
Just facing down this massive beast, and just this female robotic voice goes,
You did it.
"You did it."
Is this the real Evangelion ending? Also, I will say thank you to everybody who has been here. You'll want to stick around for the very end, because I do have one surprise little thing, which if you were on Red Muffler's Man stream, you know what this is. But if you weren't on Red Muffler's Man
Congratulations.
stream,
You won.
are in for a surprise. And Sean, you can also participate in this too.
Okay.
But again, I am saving that for the
This
very,
is
very
my
end.
vow.
Also, Zach, thank you very much for the sub.
Damn, I didn't know Zelda knew the Kamehameha or the Spirit Bomb.
She just knows how to make existence obsolete. Congratulations, you destroy Ganon complete. Oh, it feels good.
Oh, if only Electric Star were here to see this.
If only. I don't even know what he's up to nowadays. Like, he contacted me once, like, wanting something, and I couldn't, like, give him what it was that he wanted, and he just, like, stopped replying.
She turns around, gets spooked by Link's mask, and thinks it's another form of Ganon, and just instantly blasts him.
Or suddenly she just becomes, like, Twilight, or, Zelda from Twilight Princess, like, possessed by Ganon. Also, we gotta go with the Snap Cube, so... The Hero of Hyrule, thank you for fucking this pig. If I may ask, do you really remember the sex we had?
Bitch, you owe me money! I want my childhood back!
I'm sorry, I can't give that to you. Once virginity's lost, it's gone forever.
That's my toga. You stole it from me at our drinking party.
I don't know what you're talking about. My father gave me this. Oh. Dang it, I wish there was more.
And that was Breath of the Wild 2. Thanks, Iblis, for playing this review copy. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys look forward to when it releases later this year.
You can hear Sean Chiplock as all 4 champions, Link, Zelda, Ganon, and all NPCs. You can buy it on Steam for $99.99.
$599 US. Coming soon to iOS and Android.
Zelda, you. Remember me? Me, bitch, no. I can't even remember what I ate 5 minutes ago.
That's actually a pretty good dono bit.
Sean Chiplock later this year confirmed. I have no idea about anything regarding Breath of the Wild 2. Like, I know exactly as much as everyone else does.
Okay, so we don't even know if Rivali's coming back.
I don't think Rivali's gonna come back. I have told people this before. I am personally hoping that since the entire first game was all about the expansiveness of the overworld and how wide open it was, I want the Breath of the Wild 2, based on what I saw in the trailer, I want it to be closed, stifling, suffocating, and uncomfortable. I want it to feel like Metroid 2, where the further you got to the source of the evil, the darker everything became, and the more tight-knit everything became. Where you weren't sure if you were going to turn the corner of a tunnel, and there was going to be a giant enemy barreling towards you, and there's nowhere you can go but backwards.
Ooh.
And one of the things I brought up is, for those who have ever played Etrian Odyssey, the main story of the first Etrian Odyssey was you were trying to get to the center of the tree to try and stop a great... it was either like a defense mechanism or a great curse that was going to destroy civilization. and you work through 6 different layers of the labyrinth. And on the second to last layer, you discover that the labyrinth you're walking through
Tight and
is
narrow,
actually the
hard to fit
destroyed
into.
ruins of the civilization that existed before you that was destroyed by the cataclysm. You are just next in line to be destroyed. I want to see something like that, where en route to getting to the bottom center, deep underneath the ground, Link and Zelda end up stumbling across what used to be the Sheikah civilization. Like where their great city or all their technology came from. And they learn that even though the people are gone, their technology still works. Their civilization, the stuff that they built still functions, except now it's being used for a different purpose. And the closer they get, like, I imagine that when they first start out, they're still close to the surface, so they're able to, like, communicate with the spirits of the Guardians or of the Champions. We can consider it a canon ending that Link freed them all, and that's the ending they go with going forward. But the deeper they get, and the closer they get to dehydrated Ganon, the harder it becomes for them to stay in contact with everyone up on the overworld until, for like the last 20% of the game, it's just them.
Ooh, that sounds really saucy, actually. I like that.
It's just Link and Zelda and nobody else except their own thoughts and whatever else is down there that doesn't want them there.
Man, I actually kind of want that now. So anyways, I guess to ask, since we're here, what did you think of the end of the game? Since I know you've apparently seen at least like most of it before, and this is like a blind thing for me, so...
What do I think of the ending?
Yeah.
6 out of 10, too much water.
Alright, I suppose. I mean, I questioned the too much water part outside the meme, but...
Yeah, because you used Rivali's Gales, so all his salty tears were spilling down.
Oh, God. Where'd the last 1.8 go? Alright, because it was 7.8.
Oh, it was 7.8.
The 1.8 went from me fucking up so much and dying twice at the very last part.
I had to reduce some of the score because it took Iblis 3 tries.
We got the parries on the important parts where they mattered, and we technically got the Rivali's Gale one shot where it mattered, but we still fucked up along the way.
Give me more dark Nintendo games. Okay, I want the next Mario Party to have a sushi minigame, but the sushi is very strangely resemblant of Splatoon kids.
Also, you can only play said sushi minigame as either a cheap or blooper.
So do you know where you pop up in credits? You already missed it. Oh, wait. Maybe? It said Japanese voices. We're on the North America localization part.
We're in North America stuff right now, so we might see you pop up?
I only pop in once, and that's for the voices.
Yep, English voice, John Chiplock. We see it right there. The very bottom, in the first column of English
I'm on
voice.
the bottom. I'm on the bottom.
It's okay, we know you're
It looks like they did it alphabetical based on first name.
Yeah, it looks like it, but it's okay. We know you're actually a top. Unless...
Sean confirmed a top as it shows Teba on screen.
It's fine, he was about to beat the boss first try, but that wouldn't be the seven quality content I expect. You know what? You right. Who the fuck goes off first names? Nintendo, apparently.
That's why I wanted to legally change my first name to Ah! That way I could finally take credit for all those high scores I set on arcade machines.
So like, yeah, that's me on every single one across the world. Also, personal question, since Chad's brought up the debate apparently, are you a bottom or a top, if you want to answer?
I'm a power bottom.
Ooh, okay. There you go, folks. You got your answer. I knew it. Well then. Chat, you got your answer. I don't see what the problem is.
I don't think I could ever be like an aggressive top, because like you have to understand, I spent 4 years teaching about sexual assault education and protecting yourself and going resources. So like just being completely frank, I would be too afraid about overstepping my boundaries and like making someone uncomfortable. So it's much more likely that I would try to take the position, no pun intended, of someone who is like careful but wants to be a pleaser versus someone who just goes after their own pleasure and assumes that what they're doing is okay. So I don't think I have the willingness to take those risks to be a top, but I'm definitely not completely subservient.
Huh. I actually never knew you did the whole like sexual protection like.
Oh yeah,
stuff like
I was a nationally qualified peer educator. Or a
Ooh.
nationally certified peer educator. Like I was legally qualified to give you advice and resource information regarding like suicide hotlines and like resources for sexual assault and rape survival.
Wow. Good shit, my dude. Thank you for your service. And I guess quickly going back, since I've never officially given my thoughts on the game, and now that it's over, I guess now's as good a time as any to do that. So, and obviously we all know this is my blind playthrough, so this is my very first look at the game, and I will admit I can't exactly comment on music outside this stream, because every time I've played this game I haven't been able to listen to the audio. So, shield your eyes. What did they want to shield the ears? Oh, wait, we got a cutscene, so hold on.
Here we are. What used to be Chuck E. Cheese's.
Oh, I wanted to go back inside.
I had so many tokens. I was hoping to get that giant Ganon plush, but now I'll never get it.
My daughter, what the fuck are you still doing with this man?
Stupid bitch, doesn't she know that Sour Patch Kids are a better value? You get one for only 5 tickets. It's so easy to get 5 tickets.
But I really like the Haribo gummy bears. It's only for 6 tickets. What the fuck were we talking about?
When you wish upon a star, Rivali's gale will take you far. Ganon tried to beat your ass, but you prevailed.
Also, hello, Tyler. You literally joined at the very end.
When you wish upon a star, look over there while I steal your car.
That's actually really good. Oh. They all died.
And then they all died the end.
Alright.
I did not know that the end screen was going to show up right as I finished that song. That was
will
perfect.
not stop my festivity.
Also, Tyler, thank you very much for the follow, my dude. No, we did not get every memory. I saw all the memories, but I did not get all of them, no.
I think Iblis would rather we forgot most of this stream.
Are you kidding me? I love this stream. This has been the best Breath of the Wild stream. Oh, alright. So I will go ahead and do the thing that I said I would do at the end. So that way if anybody needs to go...
This is my vow!
Oh! Crimbo, thank you very much for gifting the tier 1 sub. I appreciate that, my dude.
So what's our surprise?
Alright, so your surprise today, which is courtesy of one of our moderators who is currently streaming right now and was unfortunately not able to join us, Red Muffler Man, gave me a code for a digital copy of the definitive edition of Xenoblade Chronicles.
Oh shit.
So, if you want to be entered, just go ahead and type... Here, move...
I'm ineligible, and I already bought it physically, so...
Alright, so if you... Yeah, if you get it, I guess we'll just go ahead and reroll in which case, since you said you're ineligible, but, So yeah, we will be... And yeah, I said Red Muffler Man, I don't remember why I removed the S. But yeah, we can thank Red Muffler Man for his stream, for giving this code to us, so... I'll just give everybody like a couple more seconds to go ahead and get it in.
More like you won it in the giveaway, but we're giving it away again.
You're technically not wrong, but I also don't own the game myself as of right now, so this is technically me giving away my only copy of the game. Write anything. You just have to write anything. You don't have to write anything specific. As long as you've been active in chat within like the last 5 minutes, you technically are entered in the giveaway. It's the white elephant gift that keeps coming back each time.
I have no involvement whatsoever in Xenoblade Chronicles X or whatever. Wait, is this the new game, the remaster, or?
This is the remake of the first game.
Okay, I have had no involvement in this game, but I will autograph it for you anyway.
Autograph the digital copy. Or if we
I will
see you
come.
at a
I will
con-
come over. I will come over and write my name on the TV screen.
You know, Sean, next time you and I are both at a con together, I'm going to come at you in a line and be like, sign my copy of Xenoblade.
Autograph
someone's Switch. Alright, so, giveaways, active user. Alright, so as a note, I don't know if, Nightbot will post it in the chat or not, but we will see. Also, I need to adjust this real fast because subs do get ×2 luck in this as my thank you for my subs. So if you have a sub, you have 2 chances instead of just the normal 1, but everyone else just gets 1 shot.
If I can find something to cut it off with, I'm willing to raffle off a piece of a tree trunk.
Alright, so I will give... When it hits 11:28 in my time, which is half a minute, I will officially roll for the winner. Does it have spikes on it, Sean? Right. Half a minute. Yep, half a minute. That should be enough time for everybody to go ahead and get entered. $57, $58. Alright, and our winner for the Xenoblade Chronicles giveaway is... I don't know if you're active, but Adrian24. So Adrian, if you are in chat, respond to me. If not, we will roll away. And then, yeah, I'll give him like 10 minutes to get the copy. Oh,
there he is.
Steven! Yo, I didn't even realize you were here. Hey!
It's me, Steven. I made 100 accounts so I could enter multiple times.
Oh, Steven, yo, I actually will give you your code on Facebook then, in which case. But congratulations on winning a copy of Xenoblade. See Steven the whole time. But anyways, yeah, so if anybody has to go now, that was like the last real thing I wanted to do.
All right. Well, I do have those auditions to cut since they're due tomorrow morning, so if you're okay with it, I would like to bid you adieu.
Yep, you are perfectly fine to go ahead and hop off. Thank you again so much. If you want to do some last second plugging for yourself right now.
Absolutely. Like I told people, my Twitch and my Twitter are the exact same. It's at SonicMega, SonicMega. Like I said, I try to stream 5 days a week, starting tomorrow through Monday at 5 p.m.
Bye, Sean.
Thursday is currently Trials of Mana. Friday is Final Fantasy VII Remake. This upcoming Saturday will be a smorgasbord where I do Super Bomberman R, Katamari Damacy Reroll, and Sheep Patrol. But after that, we're going to be doing a live dub playthrough of the Ace Attorney game. Monday usually a multiplayer thing of some sort, like Smash Brothers, Uno, or Jackbox games. And then Sunday is usually a personal progress stream where I just work on whatever game I personally want to play, which I think is going to be Bug Fable pretty soon. So.
All right. Well,
yeah.
Y'all heard it there, folks. You want some content? Go check out our lovely host tonight.
All right. Thanks for having me over, Iblis. I really appreciate it. And congrats again.
Thank you very much. And hey, if you ever decide you want to play Bomberman 64 The Second Attack, because we never actually got to do that fan dub, obviously you have better vocal talent, but I would love to be a part of it at some point.
Noted. Well, I would do it. I would do a live dub playthrough if it was on Switch. So we got to convince Nintendo to put it on Switch.
Well, hey, I can always stream it. I have the game.
Tell them you know a lot about asses, and you can help make sure that in the remaster all the bosses have incredible buttocks. Bomberman 64 The second ass tack.
Bomberman 64 polygons of Bomberman's ass. All right.
A blast from the ast.
All right. Well, thank you again very much. You
Take
have
care,
a
dude.
wonderful night. Good
You
chatting
too.
with you. Stop sharing. All right. So that's gonna conclude it with our time with our wonderful co-host Sean. And I guess since I never really got to it was give me my copy. None of y'all won the copy. Sean won the copy, or Steven won the copy. Jeez. But anyways, I guess to go over my thoughts on the game, since I never really got to do that. So my thoughts on this game overall. Keep in mind, I'm not gonna comment on music. He gave away 2. I gave away 1. Yeah, I gave away 2. You're right, Sean got a copy too. Anyways, yeah, good night, y'all. Anybody that has to go, you all have a good night. But I guess to go over my thoughts real fast. So, obviously, again, this is my blind playthrough, so I had never seen anything in this game prior, for the most part. So my thoughts. Okay, tomorrow, so enjoy the rest of your night. Okay. So my thoughts overall on the game. Overall, I liked it. I do kind of have some gripes, and I'm going to say some. Overworld at times felt either a bit too, like, flat to where there wasn't anything at points, or there was, like, so much condensed into one area that I felt, like, a bit overwhelmed. Music, at least from the little I heard, was pretty good. Controls, I think I just had a hard time with it. I think the controls are honestly fine. I'm just bad at video games. What else would I say I liked about the game? Combat felt pretty good. Difficulty felt odd, I want to say. Like, some enemies felt like they were perfect for starting off. I feel like, what is it? Like, placements at times also felt weird. Because, like, I would imagine, like... Because I felt like the Gerudo... Yeah, I always have to read it. I feel that every time I played this game on stream. But, like... Playing through, like... I feel like the Zora and, like, the Zora area was perfectly fine because the game kind of expects you to go there first. Just based on, like, oh, it's, like, the closest one and all that. The Goron area felt pretty, like, fair, like, for a mid-range difficulty one. And then the Gerudo one I felt should have probably, like... I don't know, maybe it's just, like, the order I did them in, because then you could do them in any order, but I guess, like, realistically thinking of it, like, going from Zora to Rito to Goron, then Gerudo, knowing that I didn't go in that order from, like, what I would call easiest to hardest, probably affected my opinion on it, but I do like the openness of it. I don't know, like, what else to really say about, like, my opinions on the game, per se. Oh, and yeah, Spawning to Death is, like, the best clip. My favorite area is the Lurelin Village. I like a lot of the towns in this game. Stephen, say something so I can follow you. Something. Yeah, I will. Yeah, and I will get you the code after stream, Steven, so don't worry about that. But I don't know. I mean, game was overall fun. I would probably, if I had to give it on a scale of 10, my thoughts, I'm indifferent towards, like, also, alright, I can talk about the shrines and the dungeons. That's also a thing. Shrines and dungeons, the dungeons felt kind of short, I feel. Like, for how important they were supposed to be. Like, I feel like the shrines should have, or, like, the shrines, like, either, like, less shrines and maybe make them, like, a bit bigger. Or, like, also just, like, increase, like, the dungeons. Because they felt, like, a bit short and not, in some cases, not too far off from, like, a shrine. Like, obviously longer than a shrine, but, like, in most cases. Like, oh, I'm not talking about, like, difficulty. I'm talking about, like, just length in of itself. Like, that was sort of my problem. Like, the shrines I felt like were fine in difficulty. And they're, like, they were fine in length, but we just had, like, less of them. Because I felt like at times, like, some shrines were just, like, oh, this is like really boring and just mundane. But then other shrines were really cool, like the star shrine that we did in like the Korok Forest. I thought that was really cool. Like I actually liked that shrine for how simple it was. And yeah, if anybody has, I guess, any other like fantasy Yu-Gi-Oh question, just PM it to me. I'm not really gonna do like Yu-Gi-Oh stuff right now. Stream's about to end soon, unless it's like an opinion sort of thing. But anyways, so I guess we're done for now. I don't really know what else to really like talk about at this point. Can I ask you to support me on Patreon? I did actually launch my own Patreon, but no. I am not gonna be... What will be your next playthrough? Okay, so next playthrough. I have a few different ideas for that. If you want a say in what will be the next playthrough, that will I will have a poll in the Discord starting tomorrow. But... so Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition is the game I really want to play through. The problem is I don't have my copy yet, which is why I also gave away the digital copy, and I'm still waiting on my copy to come in. So, how do I get into... you can type either !Discord. Have you played through the original? Yes, I beat the original. So this would not be a blind playthrough. But anyways, for the Discord question, you can either do !Discord, or down below there's a little Discord button. You can click that, and it'll automatically invite you into the Discord. Kirby is the best. I'm not quite sure I know who you are. Kirby is the best. Do you have me on Facebook? But anyways, so going back to like the original, or the next playthrough question. So, as much as I want to do... Oh, wait, is that... Oh, it's Chris. Okay. I didn't realize that Chris had a Twitch account. Alright. Yes, Chris. I will just send you a link on Discord, I suppose. But yeah, you can also do !Discord, and it'll give you a Discord link. But anyway, so, the next game that we will be doing, there are two games. Either if my Xenoblade copy comes in, have to pop out. Alright, good night, Tyler. We will either do Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, which would not be blind. Actually, the next two games will not be blind. So we're either going to do Xenoblade Chronicles, or... You should totally play Ib. No, thank you. We're not doing horror games on this stream. Catherine is like the closest I'd get. But anyways, so we'd either do Xenoblade, or... Because we have Origami King coming out, and this is where the poll part would come in, I am thinking of playing one of the Paper Mario games. And I would let you all decide on which one I would play. That would be... And it would only be like among the first three, because I don't have like 3DS recorder. So like I can't like do Sticker Star, and I'm not going to play Color Splash or even buy Color Splash. So yeah, it would either be Paper Mario 64, The Thousand Year Door, or it would be Super Paper Mario, because I couldn't think of the third one. But yeah, we would do one of those three. TTYD randomizer. It would be just like a normal run, because I don't have I don't want to like emulate the game, and I also don't have like a way to stream currently PC games. Or at least, yeah, I don't have that set up yet. But so next stream also, we should like the next couple streams will eventually start getting like actual like more production value. I actually just commissioned our like older legends to the games where people donate bits. It's like instant death or chicken attacks or that would require a lot of programming. So that's like a bit too much. Also, I guess I will say, like, I had an idea kind of similar to that, where, like, I want to do, like, Pokemon games, where it would be, like, hey, you all could, like, donate, like, other bits or, like, stuff like that, and either, like, nickname Pokemon or, like, ban me from using certain Pokemon, but I wouldn't do, like, traditional Pokemon games. I would do, like, Coliseum or XD Gale of Darkness, where the pool is more limited, so you banning stuff or, like, forcing me to use stuff would have more of an impact. But, again, so the next game will probably either be Xenoblade or one of the Paper Mario games. And then whenever I get a standard You would never get a legendary. Oh, absolutely not. Dark Souls 1, hell no. But also in the Discord, if you all have games that you really, really want me to stream, there is a suggestions chat, and if enough people really want me to do something and I'm on board for it, I would be totally game for doing stuff. Even if you want, like, challenge runs, I would do it. Like, for some games. Like, maybe you're like, hey, play Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, but you can't evolve your Eevee at all. And I'd be like, oh, okay. Or it's like, oh, I have to do, like, a mono-type run or something like that. Like, we could do fun challenge runs like that. I would be willing to do that stuff, too. But anyways, so with that, I actually don't have to even... Chat, show mod icons. 10 HP, TTYD, no danger/peril badges. We could consider doing that. I've never done a run like that before, so that would definitely be an option. Gonna be a very good time. I'll give you 500 bits right now. That's $5. Wait, no. Yeah, bits at Stanley. That's like... Let's see here. If bits... Yeah, we're not doing that right now. I'm not going back into the game. We're done for the night. But yeah, thank you all again so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please hit the follow button. It really means a lot. We also have the Discord. If you really feel like I'm worth it, you can always hit the subscribe button. And Superguard is a friend. I've never been able to successfully Superguard in this game. In that game. Like, you all saw how my parries are. But anyways, yeah. And probably starting next stream, we're going to start setting up some donation goals. So the first donation goal will be a bit more of an expensive one. But the first donation goal, I think, will be getting a webcam set up. So we can have that going forward in future streams. Also, I'm amazed that we only died 13 times in the finale. But anyways, $5 donation goal, go team. I want a nicer webcam than just like a cheap $5 one. So, but I will have to look at what I want. But anyways, so looking at you died a total of my lucky number. Oh geez. But anyways, I think that's going to do it for now. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all had a great time. Like I said, please follow, consider hitting the subscribe button, even donating in the future, or like just joining the Discord. If you want to go and just keep up with updates in a more real time, I always post my updates first in the Discord before I post them like anywhere else, and that's also where I announced first that we had our special guest for tonight. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I love you all. You all made the stream great. I'm going to have to actually go back and read chat, like when I watch the VOD myself for this, because I didn't even get to see it all. And we're going to go ahead and host our mod that cannot join us tonight for Red Muffler Man, who is streaming Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. So thank you all for watching. You all have a good night. That is a invalid username, so hold on. Why is it not letting me read? Oh, wait, right, it's not in brackets. There we go. Alright. I'll see y'all later, chat. Goodbye.